Mama Helen and you. Mama Helen and you. Mama Helen and you. Mama Helen and you. Oh my God! Well, I am really excited about what is about to happen today. It is Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria today. The Convention on the Political Rights for Women was approved in 1953 by the United Nations and then, of course, adopted as well. On Mama Helen and you today, we want to look at whether our women are really participating in politics and how we can effectively ensure the equal participation that is expected by all. Back in a moment, it is still Mama Helen and you. Now, welcome back. It is still Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria today, people. We're actually going to be talking about women in politics and much more. You do not want to miss this program because it's going to be extremely informational and educational as well. Now, with me on this program is no other person than our Excellency Dame Edith Okowa, wife of the Governor of Delta State. It's a pleasure having you on this program today.
Thank you.
And then, of course, sitting by her is Evangelist Ogenekwe Agas. She is the wife of the SSG Delta State and Director General 05 Initiative. It's a pleasure having you on this program. And then, of course, next to her is Mrs. Lizzie Umukoro, wife of the Chief Judge Delta State. She is also a focal person on Sickle Cell 05 Initiative as well. Last but not the least, Dr. Mrs. Uche Okwe. She is the Chief Medical Officer, Ministry of Health and Resource Person on 05 Initiative. It is such a pleasure having you on this program, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
How is that, Governor?
It's good.
Today we're going to be talking about women in politics. What's your take on it?
I want to thank God that we in our generation can say something about women participating in politics. Before now, it was a taboo. I would say that my take is women should be involved in politics. Every human being is a political animal.
Ooh, I love that. Why do you think it's more or less a difficulty? No, maybe I shouldn't use the word difficult. Maybe I should use the word the reservation of male folks allowing women to participate in politics.
Yes, before now, our culture, you know, there's an interplay between culture and humanity.
So true.
Our culture did not allow women to be seen outside, let alone participating in politics. So there is a change. There is a revolution. Not just in Nigeria, not only in Delta, but in the world.
How do you feel? I mean, look at Theresa May, who is now the Prime Minister in Britain, and she's doing marvelously. And it is also said that even though men are endowed with so much, women also. And then when you have a woman who is in charge of one thing or the other, they tend to, with that being biased though, you know, they tend to, you know, allow the women, the softness in them to, you know, inform whatever they are supposed to be delivering. What do you think?
Talking about taking a cue from Theresa May,
yes,
I would say before her there were people. Indira Gandhi.
So true.
Yeah. Women have been doing well from the home front, the politics in the home. They've been doing, yes.
I love that.
Politics begins from the home.
It does begin.
The larger society begins from the home
So
before
true.
you get the community, the state, the nation. So women have been playing their role very, very well. Yes, Theresa May has been doing so well, but I know that even here in Nigeria, we have had women that have done so well, so very well. Talking about women participating in politics, if it is merely for men or that women are not being allowed, I want to say that the ball is in our court.
Would you then say that perhaps there seems to be a little bit of laxity on the part of our women, or is it, should I say, shyness, or is it that they haven't enough information regarding their rights?
Yes, I would take the
politics?
information, not laxity.
Okay.
I would take women are not very well informed. And the nature of the average woman is that the woman is a woman pulling herself down.
So true.
Yes. I was in Abia State some months ago. And in the whole of the Abia State government, I think they had just 2 women legislators. And we were talking about, yes, we were talking to young ladies.
Oh my God.
And I said, we are here talking about men doing this, men doing that. If you get to your polling booths every time you're about to vote, which sex had numbers? It's women.
It's women.
We all come to vote for the man. If any woman comes out, it is that time that you will see all her loopholes. And that is what you begin to talk about. No person talks about the man. Anything the man does in the society is right.
It's right. It's perfect.
But that of a woman is a taboo.
So true.
So I would not say that the men are the one depriving us. The number we have now in politics is appreciable. But we can do better. If only we can be better informed that we should be able to make ourselves.
If only we can be better informed. If we as women will do our very best in pushing ourselves
and
forward.
Supporting ourselves.
It is still Mama Helen and you. Back in a moment. Now, welcome back. This is still Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria today. Well, we've actually been talking to Her Excellency, the wife of the Governor of Delta State, and she has been telling us why women have not been that effective in politics and what we need to do to correct the indices. Now, you're a woman, married to a politician who is now a governor. How have you been able to showcase your virtue?
As the wife of the governor, I recognize the fact that I am not the best. I came to this position as wife of Dr. Helen Okowa by grace. And that grace, knowing that I am a product of grace, gives me, shapes every word I do, every word I say, and every action I take. That I did not come here because I am very good, that I have somebody that I'm looking up to, that I am going to give account to. So, knowing that there is an Almighty whom I am going to be accountable to, I have no option but to do his bidding.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm glad to know that, you are very deep in your faith, and that you know also that no man can do anything unless that person is empowered by God.
Yes.
But by ideology, okay, I mean, it is expected that when a woman, you know, is married to a politician, and then of course the man graciously becomes something, becomes a public service.
Figure.
Yes. It is expected that the wife gives some level of impetus as encouragement. And I know that somehow you have been able to come up with an initiative. Do you want to talk to us about that?
Good.
05
Good.
initiative.
I was just about to say that when you caught it. So knowing the foundation I came in, I know that I have been called for one thing, service. And that gave birth to this initiative called the 05 Initiative. The 05 Initiative is from the scripture, Matthew chapter 25, 35, 36. In that scripture, the Lord talked about feeding him when he was hungry, clothing him when he was naked, visiting when he was sick, and the rest of them. And the people said, where did I see you? He said, when I was hungry, whatever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me. In that scripture, there are 6 commands. Feed the hungry, clothe the naked, visit the sick, take care of the homeless, give water to the thirsty, and then visit the prisoners.
Wow. Awesome.
But you wonder, this is 6. How come you got 5? I know that the arithmetic of Jesus, 6 is the number of sin.
So true.
So I chose the number 5, merging food and water.
Hallelujah. I love that.
Like I told us, 5 is grace. And I recognize grace.
Awesome, 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 awesome. All right. We talked about food and all that. Well, do you ever think that Nigeria would sometime become a food basket, knowing fully well that, you know, about our dependence on oil and where it has taken us to?
Yes. I believe that whatever we are passing through as a nation, as a state, God is aware and God allowed, because we have we depended on oil, and somehow we have called oil our God. And God is like saying, I want you to know that there is something else you can do. And that is the reason I know that this country and this state will be a food. We are already becoming food baskets in our different localities. I want to tell us that these days, you find that women have fish pond. If they need fish, they have it behind their back, behind their home. They need vegetables. We have now learned to go back to the basics. Cultivate your crops. Snaring, poultry, all manner of things. You see, when challenges come, we might say this is too hard, but it's like challenging is trying to box us to becoming what we should be.
Knowing that we're actually going through recession, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that. And someone asked me, what is this recession all about? I said, well, it's our GDP, gross product. You know, it's low. And if it is low, if we're not coming up with the adequate output, then it becomes a problem to feeding us, not to talk about exporting any items out. And as a nation, you know, we're more or less a consumer, you know, and that in itself has not helped us instead of all being productive in the essence of it. Now, as a woman whose husband is a political office holder, how do you think our women folks should rally around your husband and give you the necessary support there is for the actualization of our data?
Very broad. But I will start somewhere. As a woman, how will I want to mobilize women to be able to support my husband? That is to say, encouraging more women to get interested in politics. First of all, like I said, every person, what can encourage B to follow A is your personality. You must not see yourself, you must not exalt yourself above God.
So true.
Humble yourself. Key word. Yes, I'm the wife of the governor today. But that does not make me better than the other woman. Humble yourself, respect every woman. It doesn't matter who they are. Do not see yourself as haven't achieved. Give them their place. And I want to tell us that there is no person you tell you are somebody that would not like to come near you. But when the problem is when you call them nobody. I have arrived. I am here. Please know that I am your boss. They will resent you. So when you, first of all, begin by making yourself liked by them, by humbling yourself, and then going back to the grassroots to know their needs. Changing our world one person at a time.
Awesome.
There is no how I can reach every woman in Delta State. I am very much aware. But I can make a mark.
A difference.
A difference.
Woo! Surely.
So, I can't make this difference sitting down in my home. My comfort zone is by reaching out to these women, knowing their pains, their needs, and doing the best I can. And again, one thing that is very important, every person has a need. There are wants, but I want to differentiate need and want. We women, we want. I want this, I want that. One very key word that I will use is manner of approach. You might not have the necessary resources to meet their needs, but be nice. Let your words carry grace.
I love that. I love that. And it's almost, I mean, I'm sure even the women here, you know, who are in the live audience can attest to the fact, you know, that you're very gracious as a woman. All right, with that being, without trying to patronize you, part of your agenda, you know, has to do with sickle cell anemia. Why did you decide to do something about this?
Yes. There's a word I keep saying. You suffer what you are born to solve.
I love that
Did
word.
you get it?
I think you need to repeat that. That's
you are
awesome.
born to solve. You know, whatsoever pain that you go through in life, whatsoever challenge that you pass through in life, that you are born to be a solution to that. There are times women face marital challenges. Yes, there is a husband, but the husband is just there. God is making you pass through there to be a solution to the second woman that might pass through that another day.
So true.
Yes. I got married and God blessed me with the first issue, two girls. And in my time, there was nothing like going to check your genotype, AS or A. And the senior of the twin, a year and 4 months, fell ill. And I wondered, what was wrong? I'm very, very, I don't know the words to say.
Prayerful? Practical?
Yes, practical. My antenna is high.
Good.
Yes. I'm very observant. I put her on the bed and came back and found out that her color had changed. She was 1 year, 4 months. I picked her up and noticed that she was light, but she was lighter than normal. And I looked at her eye and found out that something was wrong. My husband is a medical doctor. I called him from the clinic. Something is wrong with Michelle. Her name was Michelle.
Worse.
And yes, I lost her. And he rushed back home. We rushed her to the hospital. Before we said Jack, the blood was almost gone. They began to see how to place the blood. Fortunately, we were able to pick the blood sample from that day. But before we knew anything, we lost her. But from that blood sample, we made a test and she was SS. I grieved, but one thing that gave me succor, God did not just begin to give me children by giving me 2. There was still somebody to fall back on. Imagine carrying 2 children and all of a sudden there is none. I still had one that I could cuddle. So I said, God, you are a master planner. And from that day, I told God, anytime I find myself to talk about, anytime I get myself in any place, exalted position, even as a teacher, I talk to my students about this. You must be careful. Don't just go about saying you are going to get married. You must know your genotype. So when I came in here as the wife of the governor, that was the first thing I picked. The pain I suffered, I don't want my neighbor to suffer. And going down the line, I have 4 children now.
Praise God.
Yes.
3.
1, but 1.
But 1.
And that is why I keep saying, sickle cell is not a death sentence. Why? My daughter, she's an engineer. Yes. Now she doesn't do engineering work anymore. She was trained in Nottingham, UK.
Okay.
She sews.
Ooh, she's a fashion designer.
She's a fashion designer.
Awesome.
She does all any person can do.
Can I say maybe she can?
No, she didn't do Yes.
I like pushing it a little.
Yes. She does. Thank God she has faith. She has trust in God. And she knows that she's going to be able to make it. So, seeing all this, I said I should be able to be talking to people about sickle cell. I have met with mothers who feel that their life is over. I have met with families that sickle cell anemia has separated. And I tell them, you can make it if you have God. All you need to do is God around you.
Okay. So, considering all this, I mean, honestly, quite a moving, experience,
yes.
I must say. And no one needs to tell me why you now decided to say, okay, fine. If I have been through this, then I might as well do something about it. For those who might not be as informed as I am, teaching them some things and how you could actually elongate their lives, should you be blessed with any. So what are the things you started to do? Okay, I mean, I would expect that you have your campaign out on sickle cell anemia, creating awareness and what have you. I'm going to move away from you a little and ask the Mrs. Lizzie Mokoro. Yes. Right. Okay. Wife of the Chief Judge, Delta State. How do you go about this initiative, sickle cell?
Going about sickle cell is a passion. It's a passion driven, and once you are passion driven, you can go to any length. And that brings me back to Her Excellency, her humble very self, ever before she became the wife of the governor. I met with her. I never knew. It's today my first time of knowing she lost one. We never discussed, but each time I keep running to her. When she was a teacher, we go for our outreach to talk about sickle cell. I accosted her. I want to celebrate these children. She will give me 20,000, go and celebrate them. She will give me 50,000, go and celebrate these children. So I felt I found a favor with her. I never knew that she has one, but I keep moving to her. So ever before she came here as a governor's wife, I've been partnering with her. So that is how we go. And so when we go to school, and now she came in on board, we wanted to celebrate World Sickle Cell Day. Okay. Every 19th June, globally is being celebrated World Sickle Cell Day by WHO. So I went to her and said, Mommy, we want to celebrate these children. And she said, come over. I was saying, give me something to celebrate that. She said, no, I should come over. So I said, me, government has come over. What am I going to do there? Give me money and let me go. He said, come over. So I went with my flyers, all what we have been doing, the album. She went through them. She said, Mrs. Umokoro, so this is all you'll be doing alone? I never knew you went as far as this. Now I'm joining you. And this was a week to the World Sickle Cell Day. She just said, P, call all the local government chairmen. Why? We are moving down to Ole. We are going to celebrate World Sickle Cell Day. So we started like that. And since then, it has been wonderful. And she had decided that each of the clinic, she's setting up, upgrading all the clinics with about 3 heavy machines that can take up these children outside the normal routine of the lab in the various hospitals. Now that is what she's doing. And so far, we have upgraded 8 sickle cell clinics. Whenever they come to the hospital, you know the usual, you and I go first to come, first to serve. So she felt that these children, they should be given attention. So she's creating a separate lab from the usual lab in the various hospitals. Then when they come, it's just emergency. Go straight to your lab facility and the children will be given timely intervention. So that's how we go about it. And also she's supporting with drugs, not just the equipment. She's supporting with drugs. Each time we celebrate the children, all the sickle cell clinics, they are well equipped with drugs.
They're all equipped. Listen, isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? I can just tune our on to continue, telling us about all the things that's been going on. It's obvious that you're very passionate about this.
Very, very.
Not wonder you're also part of this interact.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So much to say about sickle cell anemia. And so much to say about women in politics. You do not want to go away. Don't touch the dial. Mama Helen and you. Be right back. This is a recession period. How have you been able to cope?
Good question. It's all about Jesus. You wonder, with the lean resources coming, how are salaries paid? What is the magic constructing this road? Jesus. One thing I do as I come on my knees, knowing the time, God, before I was conceived in the womb of my mother, knew about this time. And that He allowed us to come to power at this time, He has a purpose. And the purpose will be achieved if only I will hand over the state to Him. So, as I come on my knees daily to pray, raise helpers. Helpers of destiny. The little that comes, we started by women in politics. How do we encourage them? One thing that should be your drive is service. If you know you are called to serve, it is not about yourself. What you will wear, what you will eat, where you will sleep should be secondary. It is how, what, when I have long left this position and I have long left even planet Earth, what will be said about me? What will I be remembered for? So when this service comes in, you know that you are called to serve. There is commitment in you.
Mama Helen